We're just going to start real quick by playing this video that's going to tell us about our project. Or I'm going to trip over that.
Look at me. Look out to the side a little bit. Move your head a little bit to the side.
My name is Malachi Lee Augustine. I am here in Houston, Texas, and I just want everyone to know we love just like you do, and we're human. So love me just as much as I love you all.
Give me a nice smile.
Equality Texas is launching the Texas TransVisible project to educate Texans that transgender people are our neighbors, families, co-workers, and friends.
What we want to do is raise the voices and elevate transgender folks here in Houston and all across the state of Texas. What we've seen right now is that 80 or 90% of the population of the Americans know an out gay or lesbian person, but only about 10% of people know an out transgender person. And we want to change that.
What I want people to know is that we're just like everyone else. We're just like the lady that you see at the grocery store or the gentleman you see driving in the car next to you. That we're just living our lives and trying to be the people that we truly are inside.
Yes, perfect.
For me, it took me, I was 52 years old really, before I realized there was something really different about me that I was scared to admit. Going to a church here in Houston, Resurrection MCC, allowed me to come to understand God and experience Him in my own way. And being able to do that, not being afraid of God, it made me become open and vulnerable, and I was able to say, hey, I feel like this body doesn't feel right for me.
Often transgender folks are unemployed or underemployed. They're all living on less than $10,000 a year. If they're a transgender person of color, that goes down quite a bit. Transgender people on average experiences suicidality at a 41% rate.
Yes, perfect.
We are here to let people know that it's okay to love us and to accept us for who we are as people. And it's important to them that we are at their post office, in their grocery store, in their place of worship. We bank with them, we do business with them.
Look at me.
And so we are part of society, we pay taxes, we're homeowners, and we want to be accepted like everyone else.
For me, being part of the TransVisible campaign means understanding that equality means having the freedom to deviate from the norm. It doesn't mean necessarily having to be the same as everybody else or that someone's beauty negates someone else's beauty.
Everyone squeeze in.
Being out and in public is something that we all deserve to be.
Perfect.
When we show people who transgender folks are, we're hoping to shape that new narrative, that we are not predators, that we are not something to be afraid of, some other group, that we are the same as them, and to normalize our lives, right? To give them a story. Who am I and what do I care about?
Discrimination is not a Texas value. Embrace dignity and respect for every Texan. Join Equality Texas.
So I want to say thank you all for being here. My name is Lou Weaver. I am the Transgender Programs Coordinator for Equality Texas, the state's LGBT group working on equality for everybody in the state. The reason we decided to do this project was what we've seen recently with the light of the Houston Equal Rights Ordinance, with things going on across the country, is that the average American does not understand who transgender folks are. And it is our goal through this project to show folks that transgender people are in our lives every day, whether we know it or not. They are in our lives, they are walking down the streets with us, they are in our grocery stores, they are in our family, they are our friends. We've chosen this project to elevate transgender voices across the city and hopefully across the state through the rest of the year, to show people that transgender folks are going about their lives every day like others, and it's really important right now to be able to elevate transgender folks and show them that we are here, we are Houstonians, we have the same values, the same work ethic as everybody else. Reagan?
Thank you. My name is Reagan Weitz, and what I want to say is to remind people that we are not unusual, we are not strange. We get up in the morning and go to work just like you do. We worship with you, we pray with you, we bank with you. We are homeowners. We pay taxes. We are average American citizens who just want to be heard. We want to live authentically in our own lives. We want people to accept us. Now, you don't have to always accept us, but we ask that you respect who we are as human beings. We live in this skin and we respect who you are as people. We are proud to be transgenders. There's nothing to be ashamed about being transgender. We won't go back in the shadows and go back in the darkness and hide who we once were. There's nothing to be ashamed of as being a transgender person. And with Equality Texas, it's teaching what we want to teach Texas citizens, that being equal and being fair and being right to every Texan is just right. It's the right thing to do. To treat everybody with dignity and respect, it's the right thing to do. We are openly out at work. I'm openly out at work. This is how I live my life every day, because I want other people around me who are struggling with this area to know that you can live every day like this. There's nothing to be ashamed of. You just get up in the morning, get dressed, and go on about your business, and treat everybody that you meet with dignity and respect. It's important that society as a whole learn to accept transgender, because it's the next movement. You know, we have the LGBT community, and people accept gays. It took a process to accept gays. People accept lesbians. It took a process. It's a process. So it might not happen today, but it will happen. And you see us interact with us every single day. So it's nothing to be ashamed of, you know, and we are proud of who we are, and we will continue to fight to be who we are as transgenders, because we want you to understand that we love you like you love us. We respect you like you love us. And we want you to know that we're here for you. Like for me, I have no problem asking any question, because nothing to be ashamed of. You know, I have no problem asking any question, because who we are as people is just like human beings. We're humans just like you are. And that's really all I want to say. We want you to accept us, who we are, understand that we work like you work, and we love like you love. Thank you.
I just want to highlight the other thing that we've seen for transgender folks across the state and across the country. Transgender people are often living on less than $10,000 a year. These numbers change drastically if a person is black or brown. Transgender folks are living with a 41% suicidality rate. So when you're talking about people that do not get to see role models every day, they are choosing to take their lives rather than live being bullied constantly and being told that they're different or they're other. And those are the messages coming out of these legal fights. The Houston Equal Rights Ordinance, the fight in North Carolina and across the country. And we need to be able to change that. We need to be able to show everybody that transgender people and everybody across the country deserves the same equality. We all deserve equity. We also know that 40% of the youth that are living on the streets today identify as being of LGBTQ identities, and we need to be able to change that. We don't need parents to be our first bullies. We need everybody to love us. We need people to accept us, and we need people to care about us the same way we care about everybody else. And that's really what this project is about, showing people who we are, sharing our stories, and giving somebody a picture of who people can care about. So thank you. Any questions?
What can the community do to embrace you guys, to make you feel welcome?
Sure, that's a great question. So how to be an ally to the transgender community? Learn something. Take a transgender person to lunch. Educate yourselves. And don't expect every transgender person to want to be your educator. Right? I have no problem standing up here and telling you all of these things, because that's what I get to do for a living. But not everybody wants to be that. So Google transgender. Find out who somebody is. Have these conversations. Read a book. Start a book club. March in the Pride Parade. Join PFLAG. There's so many different things that you can do. You can go to our website, equalitytexas.org, and you can find ways to be an ally to the transgender community. And it really is just about getting to know me or anybody else that is transgender, and not having this confused narrative that's running through your head so that you don't understand. It's really getting outside of there and actually having a conversation with somebody. So thank you. All done? All right. Thank you all.